there, this is Dr. May again. I thought we'd take a look at the week 1 homework as you get started on your assignments. So let's jump in. The page I'm on here is you're going to click that load week 1 homework in a new window. It might take a few minutes, especially if this is your first time loading Flatworld, which is the platform that we are going to be using for our homework. All right. I want you to notice here that you get 1 attempt. So make sure that you have plenty of time to answer all 20 questions. And of course, we're only going to keep the highest score. So let's click begin. All right, a few things to notice here. Over here on the right, you'll see the 20 questions that are for this assignment. No worries, you can work them in any order that you want. I personally like to go through them all once and then maybe go back to the ones that gave me a little bit of trouble or I want to take a second look at. All right. So when you click in the box, you're going to get this window to open that's going to give you all of the math symbols that you might need. Now, don't worry. The first few problems are not going to require you to use a ton of symbols, but I do want to point out a few of them, maybe like this one, which is the fraction one. So if you need to type a fraction answer, this is a great button to know where it's at. And also maybe like the square root, an exponent. These are all great ones that you might find useful as we go on in our course. So you're going to read your directions. Just says enter a negative number. Make sure you're paying attention there because that's a big deal. It's saying, okay, so these lines here are the absolute value. So what negative number could I put inside of these absolute values that is going to give me an answer of 10? Now, if you're not sure, I want to help you out with maybe another tool, and that is the Desmos calculator, which I put a link for right below this video. So let me split my screen. I'm going to have the calculator on one side. I'm going to have Flatworld on the other and help you see how we can use both. One thing I love is that this calculator has it's free, first of all, online, but it also has these great features down here at the bottom, and you can see the absolute value one here. And what I can do in this calculator is kind of test out some numbers. So if I put in a negative number, let's say I just type in -1, you can see that my answer shows up over here on the right. And so the absolute value of -1 is 1. So let me go over and try another one. Let's just put -2 in there. The absolute value of -2 is 2. Are you catching a pattern here? All right. One thing I love about the calculator is I can quickly see some patterns going on. So obviously I'm looking for a negative number that the absolute value of it would give me 10. So I'll leave that for you, but be sure and use this great tool of the Desmos calculator. 1, it's free. Love a good free resource. And 2, you can kind of play around with it and see some patterns. Okay. Now, when you're ready to put in an answer, then you just click that arrow to go to the next one. And then you've got a few problems here to work through. Remember what I said, go through them one by one to all 20 of them, and then go back to make sure the ones that you weren't sure about, or maybe you need a little bit time left, but you only get 1 attempt. So you want to make sure that you make it count. All right, friends, I hope this helps. Be sure and check out that good resource, maybe bookmark it for our course so that you have it throughout the entire course. All right, everyone. Bye for now.